What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got a couple of news stories for you and one question. Let's go. Our first story of the day is a successor of sorts and a competitor to the Galaxy Z Fold 4 and 5 phone that will be coming out soon, and it is the Vivo X Fold 2 phone. Now, I had the original Vivo X Fold, and I admit, I probably had better hardware than the Samsung phone, but the software just wasn't up to snuff versus what Samsung puts out. And you can see Vivo X Fold 2 foldable smartphone launch timeline teased could launch in April. It is said to feature the most powerful foldable display made by Vivo to date. Vivo has started teasing the arrival of the second generation foldable smartphone. The device will be called the Vivo X Fold 2 and might arrive in April in China. It will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor as per reports. And when we take a look at some of the key specs on here, again, you'll see that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, 12 gigs of RAM, 8-inch display. I want that, guys, so bad. 360 ppi AMOLED display, 120 hertz, 50 megapixel camera up there, LED flash, 32 megapixel front camera, much more than what Samsung gives you, 4800 milliamp battery, fast charging, USB-C port, 256 gigs of storage, Gorilla Glass wireless charging, fingerprint sensor, all of that stuff that you would want. Now, this looks like it's probably only going to be released in China, unfortunately, but again, spec for spec for spec for spec, it's looking like it's probably going to be better than Samsung's offering in a bunch of ways. But again, I still feel like software will play the major key here, and Samsung will probably still outshine it in that area. Next up are some Geekbench scores for the Galaxy Z Flip 5 and Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, those phones will not be out until August, most likely, of this year. So when we show these, this is pretty crazy that it's already out. I mean, it's not so crazy because we know what processor it's going to have, Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. But the scores are out. So here we go, guys. Here they are side by side. And actually, the Z Flip 5 is outperforming the Z Fold 5. You can see 2030 for the Flip 5 and 2014 on the Fold 5 for those single core scores. On the multi-core scores, we've got 5213 on the Flip 5 and 5022 on the Fold 5. One thing to know is the Flip still only has 8 gigs of RAM. The Fold will have 12 gigabytes of RAM. So that's an even more impressive feat that it actually performs better in multi and single core score versus a phone that has more RAM on it as well. So really, really great performance coming to these phones. So if you're wanting and remember, the S23 Ultra has that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 and gets really good battery life and really good performance. And that should also come to this Flip 5 and the Fold 5 as well. Your question of the day is, which phone do you plan on getting, the Flip 5 or the Fold 5, and why? Let me know in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's jump on our Q&A. Shark Lover Player says, I noticed my music isn't showing up in Samsung Cloud, meaning it isn't backed up. If something goes wrong, I lose my music files in Samsung Music. Is there a way to back up your Samsung Music folder? I thought it was backed up automatically. So I did a little research. It does not seem like it backs up automatically to Samsung Music, to Google Drive, to anywhere. You will have to manually back those things up. So if you have Google Cloud, I can't even think what it's called, Google Files, what's that, Google Drive, or OneDrive, I would back that stuff up to there and make sure it's backed up. But currently, it doesn't look like you have any backup. Thank you so much for your questions. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below with the hashtag question. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.